what is the worst possible thing that can happen when you are performing? Hi, Shimmy Shakers, and welcome back to Belly Dancer Diaries. If you're new, please check it out. Make sure you subscribe. I've got lots of videos about belly dancing technique as well as discussions about belly dancing too. So today's discussion, wow, yes, costume disasters. This is something that it's a lot of fun to joke about with your friends, but really, really horrible if it happens to you. So today I'm going to go through the top 8 things not to wear when you are performing. So number 1, this has happened to me before, really not a good look, and that is tags. I was dancing at a really big festival once. There were thousands of people watching, lots of photos taken, and after I saw all the photos, I realized that my tag was sticking out at the back. Terrible, really embarrassing. You always want to make sure you wear the right underwear under your costume, but make sure your tag is not sticking out. Even cut your tags off if you can. Get rid of them. Don't do it. Okay, number 2, things not to wear. Big necklaces. I actually love this necklace, it's so beautiful. But when you are dancing, I would not recommend wearing something like this, because if you're holding it here, you go down and up with your hair, your necklace is hitting you in the face. Not a good look. Can really put you off your performance as well. Don't do it, just don't do it. Linked with this is number 3. Sticky lip gloss. I love sticky lip gloss normally, but if you are going to a performance, you don't want to wear sticky lip gloss. Okay, so why wouldn't you want to wear sticky lip gloss? 1, when you're spinning around, your hair can get stuck to your face, which again isn't a good look, but also as you wipe it away, you then have lipstick smeared across your face, or lip gloss smeared across your face. Not good. Again, if we come back to our big necklaces, this hasn't happened to me, thank goodness, but did happen to a friend of mine. She was doing a flick down and up, and as she came up, her necklace stuck to her lips. So she had her lips, necklace stuck to her lips. Terrible. Big necklaces, lip gloss, don't do it. Also your veil, your beautiful silk veils can get stuck to it as well. Again, it stains your veil, it sticks to you. Just don't wear it, don't wear it. Okay, next one. This is something that has happened to me before with this particular hair clip. We always want to have our hair nice and glamorous. We want to wear nice things and glitter and jewels in our hair as well, but be really careful with hair clips. This hair clip, you look at it and you think, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. But once when I was dancing, or just as a restaurant gig, my veil got stuck in my hair clip. I tried to undo it, I tried to pull it away, I couldn't. I had to exit, I had to go back through the kitchen to try and undo it, and I had to take the whole hair clip out, undo my whole hair, really reshuffle it before I could go back out again to continue my performance. So if you're dancing with a veil, any props, hair clips, be really careful. I'd say no, don't wear it. Okay, next one. This is by far the worst costume disaster that has happened to me. Not as bad as some of the other ones out there, but in my personal experience, terrible. And that is eyeliner and mascara. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful to have nice makeup done, to look glamorous while you're performing, but you have to be really careful which makeup you wear. I was dancing at a restaurant once, and it was a smoky restaurant. It was also a really hot day. My performance was going for 20 minutes, which is usually standard, but if you think about dancing for 20 minutes on a hot day when it's really smoky in Melbourne, the degrees can sometimes get up to 50 Celsius, so that is hot. And inside, it was still hot. Anyway, while I was performing, there was this little girl who kept watching me. Lots of people watching me. You expect people to watch you. Little girls often watch you thinking, oh, look at the beautiful costume and the glitter. And afterwards, I realized that no, she wasn't looking at me for that reason. She wasn't appreciating me. When I went to the bathroom after my show, my makeup had come all the way down here. It was dripping down my face. I looked like the sad clown. I had these big black marks under my eyes, and it was because my liquid eyeliner had run. really not good. Straight after that performance, I asked a friend of mine who used to be a makeup artist. I said, oh, I really need better makeup. What can I wear? She recommended really good waterproof makeup. And now I only ever perform wearing waterproof makeup. So waterproof eyeliner, waterproof mascara, waterproof foundation as well. For things like eyeshadow, it's better if it can stay on, but definitely for your mascara, for your eyeliner, waterproof, do it. Okay, so getting to the meaty end of the what not to wear. Next one, skirts that are too long. Okay, this has happened to me before as well. Same festival where I had my tag sticking out. I was wearing shoes that were about this high. I hadn't checked wearing my shoes with the skirt. My skirt got caught underneath the heel of my shoe. Luckily, I noticed straight away. If I hadn't have noticed, when I was coming down the stairs, if I hadn't have noticed, my skirt would have come straight off. Not a good look at all. Really bad. So if you are dancing in skirts with shoes, make sure you try on your skirt. You practice dancing with your skirt, with your shoes, both at the same time, so you can get used to it. I know a lot of dancers like to have their skirt all the way to the floor, really long. Some even like to have a train, which looks beautiful, so beautiful. But you have to move in certain ways to be able to work with that kind of skirt. Like in a veil, you wouldn't step backwards in a veil. If you have a trail on your skirt, you wouldn't step backwards. You always need to move forwards so that you're not stepping on it. So be careful with the length of your skirt. Make sure it is right for you. Make sure it's not going to get caught under your shoes, and make sure it's not so long that you're not going to step on it in bare feet as well. Okay, next one. This is number 7. Is skirts that are too big. Thank goodness this has not happened to me. Oh, terrible. I had a friend who was shimmying in her skirt, and she was so focused on her performance that her skirt fell down and she didn't even notice. So her skirt fell fully off. Everyone was staring at her. Again, just terrible, horrible costume disaster. Always make sure you check your skirts. You can tighten them if they have elastic around the inside. This doesn't have elastic, this one, but if it does, you can make sure the elastic's tight enough, or you can add elastic so it's tighter. I've got a tutorial on how I do that if you haven't seen that before, but make sure you practice in your skirt too and do a really, really hard shimmy. If it's starting to fall off when you're partway through your hard shimmy, it needs to be tighter. So I know you don't want it really restricting, holding in, but you want it to be able to stay firm and last your whole performance. Okay, number 8. This is by far the worst. Again, thank goodness it hasn't happened to me. I've seen this happen to people, and I've also had friends whose this has happened to them. And that is your fasteners on your bra not being tight enough. So often when you get a new costume, they will have put the fasteners on like this one. This one's got its fasteners on, but I always sew over them because sometimes they're rushed, they just put them on lightly, and they don't put them on really strong. So I have a friend who was performing and she had fasteners or a little clasp at the front of her bra, wasn't done up properly enough, and it opened mid-performance. Terrible. I don't even know what I'd do in that situation. Just, it would be totally shocking. I've seen another girl who was dancing and the strap came off. She had to grab onto her top, really gracefully walked off stage. That was the end of her show. She'd worked on this choreography for ages. She couldn't perform at all because of her costume. Again, it can fall off at the back as well. It can be too loose, too tight. So please make sure you check that. So these are my top 8 things not to wear when you are performing. Let me know, have any of these things happened to you? I really hope not. Or have there other things happened to you? Other things that you say, don't wear them when you're performing. I'd love to hear from you. Please write down in the comments. Also, you can join our Facebook group, Shimmy Shakers. It's all about belly dancing techniques. So if you want to have a discussion about some of your favorite techniques, it would be great to hear from you. I'll link that below. And as always, happy dancing.